I asked a bunch of young entrepreneurs from all over the world if they'd be down to live together in an island out in Indonesia, and the response was, well, a lot of yeses. For 8 days we lived together in this giant think tank, working, training, playing a little too much paddle and drinking our weight in coconuts. This is Ash. He built a neon light business from 0 to 30 mil a year, and then he lost it all. And this is DJO, who blew up on TikTok and funneled all the traffic into his own swimwear brand. And to be honest, I'm not even sure he owns a shirt. And this is Rumi. He sold over 100k worth of ants with his friends when they were 14 years old. I'll intro you to the rest of the trip soon, but let's go check out the sleeping quarters. There's 4 rooms at this pad, so that means sharing rooms, but to be honest, I think that's kind of the funnest part of the whole trip. Kind of like a throwback to school camp and a random draw to see who has to share with DJO, who happens to snore. Sorry, Dustin. Good morning. It is like 7 a.m. right now here in Lombok. We just landed yesterday. We got 7 or 8 crew out here running another founder house or a founder residency, as we call them. We ran one here a couple months ago and it was just so well received that we thought, why not do another one? Rumi's working overtime right now, walking down these stairs. But this is the spot. You want to show them the room? I came and toured this last time I was here, and I liked the space, so we're like, screw it, let's book another one. Let's go spend 8 days with 8 founders in this giant think tank and just share ideas and talk about business and talk about life and play sports and look after ourselves, and here we are. A cheeky sleep-in from most of the guys this morning, probably a combination of jet lag and a bed that's just a little bit too comfy. Only Dylan S is up, and he's one of the best brand designers I know, though he probably won't admit it. Breakfast came early, and at risk of it getting cold, I had to take matters into my own hands. After a kind of chill day, I could tell everyone was still getting used to each other, but much slower than I would have liked. So I called up a few of my buddies who live in Lombok, and they rolled into the sports ground for an afternoon on the turf. Paddle, tennis, frisbee, you name it. I played tennis once recently at the Founder Sports Club, and I'm hooked again. Reminds me of my childhood. This guy doesn't stand a chance. Hold my hand until you turn to ashes. Till they put me in my casket. I got all these feelings that I'm asking. Can I hate on you? That's what I'm asking. If there's one thing I've noticed about high-performing entrepreneurs, it's that they're usually high performers in other areas of their life too. Sports, gaming, or just something super niche and random. We were all pretty gassed by the 17th game of Ultimate Frisbee, so we rolled out for dinner and called it a night. Day 2 went fast too. Usually on these trips there's a couple of females, but this time it was all guys. And one thing guys like to do is lock in, baby. We had a lot of work to smash out, so that was most of the day. Nothing very glamorous, though the office view was nice. At some point, DJO, Jan and I made bets on who could hold the longest plank, and 5 minutes in, sweating and arms that felt like spaghetti, I managed to scrape the win. Jan is one of our Germans, and I still don't really know what he does, though it's something to do with automating businesses and spending hours a day on Airtable. And this is Dustin. He's a bit like Robin Hood, giving money to the people who need it. Basically, he just helps people get government funding so they can leave their 9 to 5 and go all in on their business.
Just brewed up our coffee. Now we are steaming the milk to do our best attempt to make some coffee art. Now, the truth, you want to pour it high? Fucking hell. Feel how hot that is. Yeah. lower it high and then lower it wide. Perfect. Nice cock. Cock milk, Carol. Bagus.
Not bad, I kinda like it.
Yeah. Still my biggie.
Dylan has never tried nose tape before, and he snores every night, apparently, according to Dustin. So Ash is just going to go get him a nose strip. We're going to see if it works.
I'll put it on for you. I'll do this.
Hell yeah.
Try and breathe through your nose now. Oh, listen to that.
Oh, here we go.
Ready? You ready? Like you get the touch on there. Oh, you got good smells, man. It's good. Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, you can hear the difference.
Whoa, that's nuts. I can actually hear myself think.
Cheers, fella. As the sunset rolled around on day 3, we kicked off our own version of Shark Tank. 15 minutes to prepare an idea from scratch and pitch to the group. Most votes for best idea wins, but there was a catch. Just before we were set to present, the directors of the show, aka Robin Hood and Rumi, instructed us to switch ideas with someone and present their idea instead. There were some great ideas and some questionable ones, like a plant subscription service where you trade your old house plant for a new one every month once it's on the brink of death, and a fashion brand built by child labour in Indonesia that allows them to sell everything for $1. But in the end, somehow people seem to like my idea, a membership community that introduces strangers each month to ice bath and connect. And those who know what I do will know that it's a pretty similar model to our product, the Founder Sports Club, which you can sign up for at the link below. Day 4 of Robin Hood doing his best to drag us all out for a surf, so we finally caved and loaded up the trusty scooters and hit a beach break that barely resembled a wave, but it was still nice to get wet. A few intense card games ensued and it was back to the pad for some downtime. It was about this time I sat down one-on-one with the entrepreneurs in the house to uncover their war stories and lessons, and I've got entire YouTube videos coming soon, but here's a few moments that really stuck with me.
You want to do the rocking chair test. When I'm 80, 90, 100, or for our generation, maybe 150, 200, whatever. We're an old guy, we're sitting on the porch and we're there on our rocking chair and we go, at this moment, what decision do I wish I made? So when I'm sitting on that rocking chair, I'm I'm glad I made that decision.
I've dealt with some pretty rough mental health problems over the years, especially after losing my dad. Kind of a mindset and a frame which I've been able to develop is that no matter how dark some of those days felt, no matter how sunk into my problems I felt like I always just had in the back of my head, and there was always going to be a light at the end of the tunnel. There's always going to be a sunnier day to be had.
One thing I forgot to mention is that our Lombok residencies have a magic number that we text for food and booking activities, and Ash decided he was overdue for a haircut. Magic number said, "We don't think it's possible to get a barber to your villa, sorry sir," and most people would accept defeat at this point, but not Ash. I guess running a $30 million business will teach you a thing or two about not taking no for an answer, and well, he got his haircut. It was like 7:30 and we're sitting at home and we're like, dude, what are we doing right now? We're gonna be down at the paddle courts playing paddle. So here we are, the boys are getting it done. Little tournament, let's go.
Make that money pal, let it see my mother's son cutting through cumulus, you the rudiments, make you gleaming through the true abyss. Walk the city that I grew a bit, peeking through the lens, speak the truth, they trying to get my crib, building up the split, niggas swing the miss, I can see the shit.
Each night we have 2 dinner captains responsible for organising where and what we eat, and tonight was on Dylan and Jan, who ordered a bunch of organic meat from a local farmer, only for it to arrive at 8 PM, frozen solid.
Day for us, you reckon?
A late dinner for us, but nothing a paddle game and a collaboration sesh couldn't fix.
Yeah, context, I got some grass-fed breast milk.
And this is Luke. He sells drugs, but the legal ones. more specifically a telehealth company that makes it easy to get online prescriptions without leaving your home. He moved from Australia to LA to build the business and had a lot to share about growth marketing and their plans to scale beyond 8 figures in their first year. A story for another time because we are late for our Art of Monday's Campfire chats. We run these once a month with all of our members across the world, and the easiest way to describe it is really group therapy, because let's be honest, being a founder can be hard and lonely too. We use this space to share challenges and give feedback to each other and really come into it with a rising tide lifts all ships mentality.
I remember day first came in that room filled with sun rays, which Jews.
Our last full day and also our youngest member's birthday.
What's today, Mr. Remy?
Today is my birthday.
19th.
Not out of the teens yet, but we're getting there.
We're
One year
nearly
at a
there.
time.
9.
Oh!
My cars are hell smart, don't really got a lot. I try to stay far from sacrificing, but that day I'd give my life to get a slash of this will just.
You already know we're back to the sports ground to celebrate and see the day out with the sunset at the beach. And as quickly as it started, the trip was coming to an end. A goodbye for now, but not forever, because we have residencies booked in Japan, South Africa, Italy, Alaska, the south of France, and a few secret locations coming next year. The house may be empty, but I'm left with an overwhelming sense of gratitude. If there's one thing that these houses have taught me, is that you can't connect the dots looking forwards, you can only connect them looking backwards. And new ideas, businesses, lifelong friendships were born this week. And that's pretty fucking cool. Apply for Art of Mondays below if you feel the calling to surround yourself with like-minded, like-hearted people, and then subscribe so you don't miss the videos that we're cooking up. Peace.